DEBx, amplifying voices, accelerating change.
Please help me welcome to the stage, Greg Hill.
I started cooking and experimenting with food at a very young age. So young, in fact, I don't remember how old I was. I was maybe 5 or 6, but what I do remember was it was just me and my little brother alone experimenting in the kitchen, coming up with our first dish. We thought, we like grilled cheese, we like peanut butter and jelly. So with the logic that only 2 small children possess, we came up with a grilled peanut butter and jelly. And it was awesome. Now, I'm sure some of you might be thinking, a grilled cheese, peanut butter, and jelly sandwich, that sounds disgusting. Well, we did not put the cheese in. We just made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, buttered up the bread, tossed it in the skillet, and grilled it off. And it was warm and gooey and delicious and buttery and crispy. I've learned a thing or two since then, though, so if you come up to me afterwards, I will tell you how to make a grilled peanut butter and jelly and put cheese in it. Now, I'm sure some others might be thinking, what are 2, 4, and 6-year-old kids doing alone experimenting in the kitchen? Someone should call their mother. So I did. I called Mom. Hi, Mom. While writing this talk, and asked her why she left 2 mischievous boys alone in the kitchen to experiment. And she wisely corrected me, as mothers do, and said, I didn't leave you alone. I often involved you when I was making lunch for you at that age. And it was also about that time I started letting you make it as I stood behind you and watched to make sure everything was okay. See, I had some wonderful food memories as a kid. The spread of Christmas cookies, smell of Sunday pot roast, open-faced hot beef sandwiches that I requested as my special birthday dinner every year. I remember moving to Singapore when I was in high school and learning that I don't hate Chinese food, I actually love it. What I don't like was bad knockoff Chinese food that you found in the Midwest in the 90s. I also had some not such great food memories. My dad sometimes cooking a steak until it reached the consistency somewhere between hockey puck and shoe leather. And also, Mom, some bad vegetable soup from a can. Full disclosure, though, Mom has become a very, very good cook and an amazing baker in her own right, and she has shared a lot of knowledge and given us great opportunities for both me and my brother. Whether the memories are good or bad, food creates powerful memories in our lives that connect us to the people we love. Food defines who we are as people. When I was 11, I moved to Kansas City and was blessed and fortunate enough to grow up in a cul-de-sac with a bunch of other kids who were all about my age. And several of us really enjoyed cooking and would often do so together. And one has gone on and started his own restaurant. Another has become a top chef in Kansas City. And I've auditioned for several televised cooking competitions. And our love of food is something that has kept us in touch to this day. You see, food doesn't just evoke powerful memories of family growing up, it also binds our relationships. What does that mean? Excuse me. You may have heard the phrase, you are what you eat. But what does that mean? If we eat healthy food, we have a healthy body. Unhealthy food, unhealthy body. Well, that's true, but it also falls really short. See, you are what you eat, but not why you think. Food doesn't just constitute the fuel that makes our bodies run. It fuels our relationships, our communities, our cultures, our identities. Anthony Bourdain, the late famed celebrity chef, said, food is everything we are. It's an extension of nationalist feeling, ethnic feeling, your personal history, your province, your region, your tribe, your grandma. It's inseparable from those things from the get-go. When I was 25, I moved here to Phoenix, and I was surprised to learn that people would often complain about not getting to know their neighbors because of some garage door culture that we have. You know, it's this culture where we get home from work, up goes the garage door, in goes the car, down goes the garage door, and we go inside and never talk to anyone. See, I was surprised, though, because that had never been my experience here, even though I've lived in 4 different places in the valley. But what I learned is that because of my upbringing and my love of cooking and food and sharing that with others, I intuitively broke that garage door culture by inviting neighbors over to my house for Christmas or Thanksgiving or even just a random holiday. And you know what happened? In every single one of those locations, that feeling has been reciprocated. We got to know each other. We have fun together. We party together. Our kids play together. And in my neighborhood now, we've gotten so close that we actually have our own Thanksgiving block party. And everybody invites their family to come over. You see, you are what you eat, but not why you think. Food is an inseparable part of the story that defines our lives. It's integral to how we identify with a tribe. It's the glue that binds our relationships together. Do you want a better relationship with your family? Eat a homemade dinner together. Ann Fishel, a Harvard professor, wrote in an article for the Washington Post that eating dinner with your kids help kids to learn to read faster than actually reading aloud to them did. They were twice as likely to get A's in school. They engaged in less high-risk behavior as teens. They had lower rates of anxiety and depression, and they have less stress and better relationships than those who don't. Other studies have shown similar results in adults who eat dinner with their families. Do you want to know who your kids' friends are? Be the home they want to spend time at. Food has the power to do that. And can I take just a moment and share a secret with all the single people in the room? Do you know how easy it is to get a second date when you make pasta from scratch? Do you want to end the garage door culture in your neighborhood? Food has the power to do that. Do you want to help put an end to the cultural strife that we experience here in this country right now? Reach out to someone different than you and share a meal. Because we are what we eat, not why we think. So let me ask you, who are you going to make your next grilled peanut butter and jelly with? Thank you.